My name's Gemma. I work as an HR administrator here at PPG. So we work alongside HR managers, looking after the employees, anything from recruitment to maternity to leavers, redundancies, just the wide spectrum of that HR work that is today. I basically worked in HR for a company called Willis for 3 years. And I was just looking for a change in environment. To come to PPG, it was more of a sidestep, but I could see the opportunities here. It's a growing HR department, and I will really be able to develop my career here. I've started my CIPD, which is my career sort of qualification for HR. Once I've done that, I'll hopefully be able to move up the ladder here at PPG. When I was 11, my dad got a job in America. We lived outside of New York in a suburb of New Jersey. So that was a big jump for me to, I was 11 years old and I just started high school in the UK and I was moved out to high school in the US, which was just completely different, a real different culture shock. It definitely kind of opened me up and stuff. So I think it was definitely a good move for my parents to make for me. I always wanted to be a doctor. I never thought that I'd be working in HR. I was going to uni to become a nurse. I was enrolled in King's College in London. I thought to myself, actually no, I don't want to do nursing anymore. I want to do something different. And that's when I decided that psychology was the path that I wanted to go down. I initially thought I wanted to go become a child psychiatrist, but while doing the degree, I did some modules in HR management. And that kind of gave me a bit more insight into what human resources is, and it made me realise that that would be quite a good career path. Being at university was just the most amazing 3 years of my life. It really opened me up to the wide world. I don't think when you're at university you quite appreciate how free and how flexible things are until you start your career and realise. I finished university and I found a job after about 3 or 4 months of just temping at the Suffolk County Council in the HR department, which is where my HR career basically started. I was there for about 8 months and then found my job at Willis, and sort of my HR career progressed from there. My mum and dad are living in Gibraltar, so they're not too far away now. Them not being around the corner from me is hard at times, because I do sometimes just want to go and see my mum, but I think over the years I've gotten used to them not being around, and you just make the most of the time that you have with them. My dad has inspired me in terms of career, to follow your heart, follow your dreams. He's never really told me what to do. He just lets me make up my own mind, and I think that's what's really helped me and really developed me as a person. I think I'm quite strong-willed as well. I've got lots of determination, which he brought up in his wedding speech, about how determined I was as an individual and how if there's a goal that I want to achieve, I will get there. My husband brought this a few years ago, brought it home and pointed out places in the world where he'd like us to visit. We got to visit quite a few places on our honeymoon and just over the course of our time being together. We've kind of been in Asia, around Europe, the Caribbean, America, so I think Australia and New Zealand are hopefully at some point over the next 2 years next on our agenda to go to. The next 5 to 10 years for me, I think definitely progressing my career in HR. I'd like to progress up to HR manager level and maybe even HR director level. If I can get that far in the next 5 to 10 years, that would be a good achievement for me. Maybe in years to come, or like my friends say, if you ever won the lottery, what would you do? And if I ever won the lottery, I would go back to uni and I would study, get my master's and my PhD, become a doctor in psychology. Children and child psychology is definitely an area that I would like to go into, so you never know, one day I might be able to.